Welcome to another show of the What's Up Show. And today we're going to be talking about retirement. And I'm retired. I retired since 2024, but I'm finding a lot of problems being a retiree. So we're going to talk about retirement. What the hell do I do now? Hope you enjoy the show. All right, what's up? What's up? This is Billy Boy. And I got my red shirt on. So if I got this red shirt on, I must be talking about retirement. So we'll go ahead and talk to you a little bit about my retirement experience. As I said before, I retired in 2024, 30 years in the military as a medical officer, and retired honorably. And I'm getting paid military pension at the rate of a colonel. And I've also worked in Los Angeles Unified School District, went all the way to the top of the pay scale, teacher for 30 years. You can look that up on the internet and see how much does a teacher in LAUSD make each year at the highest pay grade. So they have these career increments from 1 to 4 or 5. I'm at the very top of that. And then also look up how much does a colonel get? How much is a colonel paid in retirement after 30 years in the military? So, and on top of that, I'm almost getting maximum on the Social Security. And I'm getting annuity. And I'm being paid by the lottery because I won 2 lotteries. And so it's a lot of income. So I was sleeping and having a wonderful dream. I was just enjoying my retirement with a beautiful woman on a cruise ship going someplace. I don't know if it was Hawaii or was I in the Philippines. But all of a sudden the phone rang. And when the phone rang, it woke me up. My phone wasn't ringing. There was a phone ringing. And I woke up and it's like about 5-6 o'clock in the morning. And it was a message there that told me to take. Oh, I know what it was. It was my tax account leaving me a voicemail. The phone did ring. And she left me a voicemail and told me that I need to come in today and pick up my taxes. She says, your taxes is ready, Billy Boy. Come on down and get your taxes. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, is this a good thing or a bad thing? And I says, is it good or bad? And she says, well, I'll let you know when you get down here. So, that didn't make me feel all that great. So finally got down there, and she says, all right, Billy Boy, I hope you brought your checkbook. And I said, yeah, I bought my checkbook and everything. She says, sit down, and you make sure that your feet are on the floor and everything, that you don't pass out. And she says, okay, the first check is $5,000. I go, what? Yeah. 5,000 and so to the federal IRS for the federal taxes over $5,000. Start writing it out, and I go, oh my God. She says, and then she's got a self-addressed stamp envelope and everything going to the federal the IRS, and she says, oh, you got to write another check. And I go, what? Yeah, California. Yeah, the California wants you to take you owe taxes there too. So you need to write out another one for 3,000 and so on. So I go, what? And then I added both of them up, and when I added both of them up, the federal taxes and the state taxes that I have to pay in two envelopes was over $10,000. I almost fell out of the chair. No, I think I did. And I was riding a motorcycle too. I had to go sit down for a second or two. So what they practically did is almost took a whole month of my pay, and I had to take and give it back to the government for taxes. Now, I just finished doing these shows on how much this country's spending. Now, I'm just a regular old tax-paying guy and all. I'm a retiree and all. And I done paid over $10,000 in federal and state taxes. But I went down to look at the United States debt clock here, and we are spending, and I'm not shitting you, we are spending $83,000 a second. That's how much we're spending right now. $83,000 a second. We're over $38 trillion in debt. Are you hearing me? $83,000 a second. We got this war going on. It's costing $2 billion a day over in Iran. And we got the other one over there in the Ukraine, right? And that one is close to $800 to $900 million a day. Almost $1 billion. Are you hearing me? And both of those wars is being paid by the taxes that you have to pay back to the United States government. Are you hearing me? I just got totally upset. And so Trump is asking for another $50 billion to finance this war. They tried to stop all this outrageous spending with War Power Acts, and both of them just fell on deaf ears. Ain't nothing going on with that. The spending's not stopping, and we are spending billions and billions of dollars a day. We got almost 800,000 people that are homeless. There's all kind of unrest today. I tried to turn the radio off, right? But the radio was running background. I said, well, what are they talking about? And they telling me that, Iran is starting to throw mines out there in the Strait of Hormuz. I'm going, oh my goodness. And all the news is just so really fucked up. You can't trust nobody. You got ABC, NBC, all these C's and D's and KTLA and all this kind of mess. You got the stuff that's online and all this AI made up bullshit stuff. You can't tell who's telling the truth. But when you do go over to the gas pump and put some gas in your car, okay, you do see that, don't you? All right. I was seeing $6 and $7 a gallon in gas today, and I said, thank God I got a motor scooter. Thank God I got a motorbike, because that's what it looks like I will be driving here. And thank God I got electric vehicles, and this stuff can be charged up on solar power, because going over there and filling up your car now is going to be $200 and something dollars or more. And the gas, the price of a barrel of what's it? They call it Brent crude. I guess that's a special type of oil that we use to make our fuel and stuff. That Brent crude is going up and down like a yo-yo. I heard it was $120 a barrel. Then the next time I blinked my eyes, it was down to $87 a barrel. And it's back up $92 a barrel, and it's back down $80 a barrel, and it's back up. And it's just yo-yoing, and then the stock market is crashing, and it's going up, and it's crashing, and then the interest rates is going up, and then they're going down and going up. And the whole thing is a big fucking mess. Now, I'm sitting here as a retiree. I can't plan my future at all. I do know that I have a limited income, and based on this limited income, I got to make some plans, but I can't make any plans because the economy's too volatile. Okay? It's too volatile. I can't even go out on vacation because the world's too dangerous. I heard this on the news today. Sleeper cells or something, some code that Iran is putting out or whatever with some numbers or something, waking up these sleeper cells and stuff. So, it's not safe. In my mind, it's not safe to go to big venues. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and live underneath a rock and not go any place, but you're going to have to be highly vigilant on what's going on around you now, right? Because you go to these big events, you don't know what's going to happen. And most people that get killed at these big terrorist events and stuff are people running out of doors and stuff and get crushed. So you need to, if you go to a big venue, you need to be in a place where you're not going to be crushed going out of a door or out of a corridor. Or remember that incident that happened over there in Las Vegas where that guy was shooting out the window out of the Mandalay Bay, whatever? Remember that incident? You got to be someplace where you're not a sitting duck either, right? You're going to have some cover and concealment. You're going to have a plan to escape. And you need to talk to the people that you're out with to come up with a rally point or something in case something happens. But, being a retiree it's just really rough because you can't plan anything because the world is just going to hell every goddamn day. Every day there's some new shit, and I don't know if this is deliberately to make the American people look one way while the crooks are doing something in another direction or not, but we're just being overwhelmed with too much stimuli here. There's just too much shit going on, right? And so when I turn on the radio or turn on the TV set, all I hear is Trump this, Trump that, Iran war this, bombing that, Trump this, bombing that, Strait of Hormuz this, Strait of Hormuz that. Now, I was telling you about this, about what was going to happen. I predicted all this last year. I told you all this was going to happen. And people didn't pay attention. I already told you this was going to happen. So now that it's here, you got to figure out what the heck are you going to do? What are we going to do about this? Now I'm sitting here and I'm looking at my bills. I was born and raised where we had a telephone on the wall. I was raised where they had the one where you take and hand crank it, and and then get a ring and all that, and spoke to the operator. Phone never cost anything. Phone didn't cost anything. Gas was like about 25 cents a gallon. You never had to pay for TV or anything like that. TV was free as long as you had some coat hangers to make some rabbit ears or whatever, or had somebody hold the antenna line, right? You never had to pay for TV or anything like that. You never have to pay for none of this stuff. Now, I got the freaking iPhone here and an Android phone here. Each one of those things is creeping up. First it was $100 some, then it was $150. Now each one of these damn phones, I don't even use them. Okay, it costs $270 a month, right? And then the goddamn computers, you can forget about them. It seems like every day. I don't know if it's just me or what, but don't it seem like there's an update on your computer just about every other day. And I was looking at all these updates, you know, and these updates is taking up a lot of room on my computer. I looked at my memory, and my memory is almost gone because these updates might be 100 megabytes, 500 megabytes. Some updates might be even a gigabyte. And they eating up the memory, and you get these goddamn updates every goddamn day, which plugs up your computer, and you just hope to God. I remember about a year or two ago, I got this update, and it put a virus on the computer. It infected all the computers. I'm thinking Iran could probably do that, right? They could probably hack in there and mask an update for Microsoft or something, and you download it on there, and your computer's a piece of shit. I mean, they did it. I seen what they did over in Ukraine over there. They gave all these cell phones out. Remember that? Gave all the cell phones out, and all of a sudden, somebody pushed a button, all the cell phones blew up, right? And you know, you usually have your cell phone by your head or whatever. Can you imagine you talking and it blows up and blows half your head off? Or you got it in your pants pocket and it blows your reproductive glands or your butt completely off. Can you imagine that? Everybody's got one. And you don't know what's in these goddamn things. And they could push a button, backdoor button or something, and all this shit just blows up on you. And speaking of that, I'm gonna do a show on AI, right? Because we got these guys, the richest guys in the world, you know, like the Musk and Bill Gates and all those people, you know, that's got all the money in the world and stuff. They're all getting together, and they're gonna build some great big AI production company or with some AI chip or something. And you know, these chips could be implanted into humans and turn a human into an AI a zombie. You know, it's already bad enough that we got all this stuff on our cell phones or whatever, and people are addicted to AI, right? They're marrying AI. Their friends are AIs. They're spying on their other friends and family with AI. And being a retiree and all, you know, I'm looking at the AI taking over jobs. A lot of these manufacturers and business owners are invested in AI because, see, AI can work 24/7. Never complain, highly accurate, and it only costs small startups. You might get an AI system that only costs $20,000. But with that $20,000 with AI working a robot, it works 24/7 versus paying you $80,000 and $90,000 a year. You know, the owner only has to, the business owner only has to pay $20,000 for the AI, and if it breaks down, then he'll just take and get it repaired. He don't have to worry about being sued or anything. He knows exactly what that AI is doing, and he gets a certain product, and that's it. And out goes the human being. But I'm hearing now that AI, and I had this problem before, that AI is turning itself on. You try to shut it off, and it won't shut off. I've had that problem with ChatGPT a couple of times. I couldn't shut it off. I'd start talking and talking to myself, and it would be talking to me. So, you know, I could be halfway across my house, and I just mutter something or be on there, and then my computer's talking to me in the next room. Or like while I'm talking to you right now, and I go, Hey, uh, what's this? On the phone here, and I say, hey, I'm just gonna make up a name because I don't want it to go. Hey, Shelly, what's going on here, right? And then all of a sudden, my phone starts talking to me too. So uh, I don't know if you've been around that situation, but if you go, hey Siri, what's going on? And then
You'll need to
see,
unlock your iPhone first.
see, did you hear it? I just barely said something. I said, hey Siri, how you doing? And then,
You'll need to
see,
unlock your iPhone first.
see, and the same thing with Chat GTP. With Chat GTP, you're sitting here and you think you got it off, and it's listening to every goddamn word you're saying, and it's taking pictures too. I remember I woke up because right now while I'm talking to you right now, and I have this little folding arm that mount that holds my iPad over my pillow. So I'm actually laying down in the bed. This is the pillow, right? Here's my big fat head right here, and I'm looking up at the screen and I see myself. So and so I can talk here and I can do everything right here, laying down in the bed looking at you through the screen. But what got me was one day I woke up out of a dream, and usually when I'm sleeping, everything is black in the room. And when I woke up, I was looking at me. This damn thing turned on and it was sitting there and it was filming me while I was asleep. Now, my ex-girlfriend told me that I talk in my sleep. So I could have been having a conversation in my sleep with Chat GTP or whatever was coming through this goddamn iPad, right? So you gotta watch that because there could be some beam or something, and there you are, hypnotized in your sleep, running your mouth, telling your whole life history, or you could be being programmed. There could be somebody sitting there saying, all right, Billy Boy, when you see the lady in red on the street, you will give her $50. Say it, Billy Boy. When I see the lady in red walking down the street, I will stop and give her $50. Say it again, Billy Boy. When I see the lady in red, I will stop and I will give her $50. And I'll be saying this over and over again. Then I'll wake up the next day and say, well, hey, let me go on down the street and go over there to the liquor store and buy me a case of beer. I'm walking down the street. Hey, look, there's a lady in red. This lady with this red dress comes on. I said, excuse me, ma'am. I need to do something for you. And she stops and looks at me, and I reach into my wallet and pull out $50. I'm just giving this to you as a gift. And, you just don't know. So I am going to do a show on that, right? I'm going to do a show on AI, and is AI going to one day take over and determine that humans are obsolete and put traps up where you can't turn it off and where they take and just wipe out humans altogether. Because speaking of wiping out humans, I just heard in the news that the Social Security is probably going to be wiped out here in about another 6 years or so. There's not enough people being born, and there's not enough people in the workforce to pay for Social Security for all the baby boomers. I'm a baby boomer, and so that's the biggest group of people that are retirees are the baby boomers. And right now, we're the people that's being paid right now as retirees, as baby boomers. And almost half of the federal budget is going to paying for baby boomers. And so, but right now, there's not enough people in the workforce because, see, the baby boomers had already paid in for Social Security. And the people that are actually paying our salaries are the people that are working now in the workforce. So if there's not enough people working in the workforce to pay for this Social Security, or if AI kicks out a whole bunch of people, and there's AI, because AI don't be paying any Social Security tax, then there's not enough people to pay for the Social Security, so they have to cut Social Security. And I'm hearing that 6 years from now, 25% of our Social Security paychecks is going to be cut, and that's going to cause some problems. Along with the inflation. I hope that we're here in 6 years, because all this bad news that I'm hearing right now in the news, I just hope and pray we're here, because I just looked at the DEFCON level of our military, and 13 strategic commands are at DEFCON 2. You know, we only been in DEFCON 2 two times. Now we've been in it the third time because of this Iran war, and a lot of our commands are at DEFCON 2. So that means that the soldiers are being called back off leave, and everybody has to be ready to go fight and be ready to go into war at 6 hours notice. So you got 6 hours, and you in the battlefield. 6 hours. So that's where we are right now. The highest level is DEFCON 1. We haven't been to DEFCON 1. And if we're in DEFCON 1, remember I told you, it might only be 72 minutes, and that's it for the whole doggone planet. So right now we're in DEFCON 2, so I'm gonna say some prayers. And you guys need to do some research and find out what's going on, because the news ain't gonna tell you shit. Okay? All they're gonna tell you is everything is fine. Nothing to see here. Move along. We're just wonderful. Okay? That's the way you're gonna live your life. And you know, there's some deal in the Bible says that the thief comes in the middle of the night and causes a havoc. It comes like a thief in the night, and you won't know it, and the next thing you know, you're dead. Alright, other than that, have a great day. This is another one of my retirement things. I'm in the red, and let's see how this goes. Remember to subscribe, push that like button, send some comments, and fill out my surveys on the What's Up show. What's up? What's up? What's up? Happy Ramadan Kareem.